Good afternoon, Mr. Ari, CEO of Antwerp World Diamond Center, my dear friend Bharatbhai Shah from Antwerp Diamond Forum, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I am grateful to Antwerp World Diamond Center and Antwerp Diamond Forum for giving me this opportunity to share my views with the shining gems of the Antwerp, the world diamond capital. India was the country which introduced the diamond to the world first time, and it was India which remained only source for the diamond till the diamonds were found in South Africa and other countries just few centuries back. And as the diamond found in different African countries, so the cutting and polishing, whatever India had, they developed elsewhere also. Here I would like to remind the famous Kohinoor diamond was found in the Golconda mines near the Hyderabad, and that was the first source in the entire world for the diamonds. And whatever diamond manufacturing activity or trading activity taking place in India, that was whatever local rough available, that was manufactured at a small scale for the local consumption. And that was the mentality, the cutting and polishing what we had in India might be not suitable to sales outside the India. Blessing in disguise. In the early 60s, there was a war between China and India that led to a severe recession in the India. Along with the all other industry, all other business, diamond business was also in a very poor shape. At that time, some entrepreneurs from the Indian diamond industry tried to venture their diamonds outside the India, and they succeeded. They could sell it easily, and they found very good market outside the India. India had good craftsmanship in making diamond, but till that, diamonds were prohibited for importing diamond, rough diamonds or diamond in India. And our entrepreneurs show some good opportunity at that time. Probably it was year 64. They approached then Commerce Minister Manubhai Shah and explain how we have good opportunity in this business. And that brought the REP system. That is how diamond import started in India in mid-60s. And on one side, Antwerp had a very good base for the rough diamond marketing, and on the other side, India has started developing as a diamond manufacturing center. There was no looking back, and business started growing like anything. I can't forget the veterans of the diamond industry in Antwerp, and particularly originally from India, who became the instrument to develop this business. Because at that time, there was good entrepreneurship, but they didn't have capital, bank facilities, etc. So Antwerp started giving good credit, 90 days, 120 days. And Indian entrepreneurs have good capacity to manufacture them and marketing them, polished diamonds. And because all this combination, both started growing like anything. And that way, Antwerp and India proved natural allies for our diamond business. When at that time, because of the original entrepreneurs from India who settled here, they were knowing whom they are selling, and because of their reference, the diamonds from here also selling diamonds on the terms to the Indian entrepreneurs, and there was no problem of bad debts, etc., because everything was going so well. But when India, where the practice of selling polished diamonds either in cash or maximum 30 days terms, I do remember that was the system in India. But thereafter India also started selling in the long term 60 days, 90 days, 120 days on memo. And because of that, we started facing the problems of bad debts, and which disturbed the business cycle also. Which was going very well till such practice started. Here, sometimes we think that at that time and always the facilities in dollar terms always available 2, 3, 4, 5 persons. At that time, Indian diamond exporter was selling diamond in the long terms. They were always ready to discount at 12% or 15%, but buyers were not ready to buy at that time. So why it was happening? Either they had not money, or they were not in a position to get the bank facilities. And when bank have a better scope to check about the credibility of the persons, because they know locally, which was not possible for our people there. So all these things led to a wrong cycle, and I think this was the root cause of the what our diamond industry facing problems even today. Thereafter, banks also played very positive role in giving facilities, not only here, in India also, and that also helped us to grow business so rapidly. I do remember what we had business in 1966-67 and what the business in India, it multiplied by thousands of times. And that how the business has grown. Everything was going well, but particularly in 2008-9 recession, the entire diamond industry was very much disturbed. I think first times the diamond dealers from Antwerp were very much concerned about their receivables. Situation was very grim. That was the situation elsewhere also. And at that time, some banks infused money. Some new banks also came in the industry. That also brought huge fund for the industry. And that was a one way very helpful to the industry. But thereafter the market was not settled properly. And there are number of bad debts and other problems market started witnessing. And unfortunately, that led to the decisions by some bank either to cut down the facilities or withdraw from the diamond industry totally. That was also a big blow to the diamond industry, because I know many diamonders just were doing the business with just single bank. They never did business with any other bank, or they never approached any other bank for decades together. And all of a sudden, when bank decided to get out of the diamond industry, that was a big blow to such parties, and for no fault of theirs, they had to suffer a lot. The other problem diamond industry faced, particularly from India. Some entrepreneurs, some businessmen either had very less profit or no profit, but they had a very good other businesses like real estate, and they thought that they can have a very good opportunity in stock market and other areas. But particularly in India, it was not easy to get funds for the real estate market business or the stock market business or other. But very easy to get the funds in the name of the diamond business. So they started diverting whatever they were getting the facility from the diamond business to the real estate and other area. Not only that, sometime they would buy rough from the Antwerp, even at the higher price. In the long terms, and they would sell either in cash, even at loss, to utilize the fund, to divert the fund elsewhere. That has affected our diamond industry a lot, because those people who were doing excellent business in the diamond industry had no alternate but to compete very unhealthy competition with such elements. They had to pay very high for the rough diamonds. And that way, it was very difficult position for them to continue in the business. Everyone has a right to grow. Everyone has a right to do a very good business. But in our industry, there were few companies which wanted to grow abnormally. And what they would do? They would buy rough abnormally, even abnormal price, because they had a very good ability to manage how to get the funds from the bank for hundreds of millions of dollars. What has happened? They didn't left roughs with the mining companies. Not only that, some mines which remained closed for several, because economically which were not viable, made them viable. Manufacturing increased like anything, and there is a lots of polished stock in the market. If manufacturing increases, it doesn't mean you get the polished market. The pressure on the polished market has forced the polish market price also come down. That also created a very abnormal position for the diamond industry. And it has disturbed the business of entire diamond industry. I know many companies who were doing excellent business for decades, but it was very difficult to survive in the competition of such companies. And it is very painful to see the exit of such good companies also from the diamond business. Ultimately, it has also disturbed the entire calculation, entire the system of the diamond business. So, the number of problems faced by the industry and in between, the problem of synthetic diamond also can't be ignored. Friends, as far as synthetic diamond are sold as a synthetic diamond, I feel it is not big threat to us because the diamond has emotional value. If you ask yourself, ask your friends, ask your non-people which diamond they are going to buy. It is my experience that still people have an emotional value of the natural diamonds. So we have not to worry that much as far as synthetic diamonds are not sold as a natural diamonds. So, friends, we came across many things, such problems. But diamond is a very dignified business. Diamond. So what should we do to bring the glory of our excellent diamond business? We must ask ourselves what is right and what is wrong. Everyone knows where we are taking wrong steps, where we are doing the right way. If we take a right path, I'm sure we will be able to get the glory of our diamond business back. Just for maintaining bank facilities, should we continue to sell in a long-term credit without making profit? Just to continue in business, although we may have doubts about the integrity of some parties, and is it right to convince ourselves and still give credit? I appeal all my distinguished friends, ours is a dignified business. why not it make wonderful again? Let us all pledge to make the business healthier, and everyone has to play their role. Prosperous days of our diamond business can be brought back if we all determine, and we can bring back pride and dignity. Friends, today I stand in front of you looking at you in the same way I am looking at future generations who want to enter our business. Let us come together to ensure of this wonderful business and wonderful legacy which we have built and smoothly passed on its custody to our future generations. Friends, when I came yesterday, I had discussion with few friends here. They had also suggestion to discuss different things, particularly about my own business also. But I didn't thought it fit to discuss about the business because the subject was given to me and I wanted to stick to the subject. But it would be my pleasure to answer any questions raised to me. So, dear friends, in the end, I would like to say, I just appreciate your patience as well as listening to me with pin drop silence. Thank you very much, my friends. I thank you again for this wonderful opportunity to share about the past, present, and I have a full confidence about the future, about this our glorious and excellent diamond business for us. Thank you very much again.